Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from the Automotive Rig. In this video, I will do a walk-around tour of a few Hyundai Elantra and Avante models. The Elantra and Avante are the same model with different model names for different markets. The Elantra first made its debut for the 1990 model year, but this one right here is the 5th generation model, sold from 2010 to 2015. The next model we are looking at will be the 6th generation facelift, sold from 2019 to 2020, and the last model that will be filmed later in this video will be the 7th generation model, sold from 2020 till present. Anyways, back to this car, this is the 5th generation model sold from 2010 to 2015 as mentioned just now. This car produces 130 brake horsepower and 156 Nm of torque from the naturally aspirated dual overhead cam, 1.6 litre 16 valve inline 4-cylinder engine with dual CVT and a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Fuel economy is rated at 14.9 km per litre and 0 to 100 km per hour takes 11.6 seconds, along with a top speed of 195 km per hour. Suspension setup consists of independent McPherson struts up front and torsion beam out back. At the exterior of this car, up front you will see body lines along the hood, halogen reflector headlights and fog lights, and two separate front grille. Personally, I think this car is very attractive from the front. The design is inoffensive and simple. To the side profile of this car, there will be body colored mirror caps, black window surrounds, body lines along the side and chrome door handles. Coming standard for this car will be 16-inch silver alloy wheels, while this one right here has the aftermarket installed 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels. Round back of this car, the simple yet good-looking design continues with the incandescent tail lights, turn signals and reverse light, and to the very bottom, two rear reflectors. Open the rear trunk and you get about 402 liters of cargo space, which is decently big. The rear seats of this car is very spacious and the synthetic leather feels just as good as genuine leather. Cushioning used in the seats is also very soft and comfortable, and there will be a fold-down center armrest on the middle seat with two cup holders, which is really nice. To the front seats of this car, the interior is fairly well built and the materials does feel cheap in some areas but is fine for the most part. There are a few different tones used for the plastics in the interior, which helps with the overall look of the plastic. The audio controls will be in the middle section, while the aircon controls will be located at the lower section, but all of the buttons and controls are easy to read and use. Aluminum surrounds the gear lever, and this car is available with manual shifting via the gear lever, along with two cup holders behind it. Moving to the driver's seat, you will get a 4-spoke multi-function steering wheel with 10 and 2 grips. In front of that will be the analog tachometer all the way to the left, speedometer all the way to the right, along with a digital display front and center. The front driving position is so good, I can get comfortable in this car easily. And the overall interior build quality up front is very decent. I reckon this is an awesome car for someone who is looking for their first car or for someone who have a small family, as this car is very spacious. The 6th generation Elantra is sold from 2015 to 2019, while this car, which is the facelifted version, is sold between 2019 and 2020. Starting with a brief overview, I think this car is really awesome. Everything from the design to the comfort and space. Powering this car is the naturally aspirated dual overhead cam, 1.6 litre 16 valve 4-cylinder engine producing 136 brake horsepower and 155 Nm of torque. Backed with a 6-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive, the car accelerates to 100 km per hour in 11.6 seconds and achieves 14.9 km per litre. Suspension setup consists of independent McPherson struts and coupled torsion beam, front and rear respectively. Moving to the exterior design up front, I really love this car's front fascia. The body lines that runs along the hood makes it look sharp. The triangular headlights with LED projector beams and chrome on the front grille add a stylish and elegant look to this car. To the side profile, there will be chrome window surrounds and door handles, body color mirror caps, body lines along the side and 17-inch silver alloy wheels for the Elite trim, which is the highest of the bunch. Kicking off the range will be the standard model. After that comes the S and then the Elite. Round back of this car, I think this looks better than the 5th generation Elantra, which was the car I filmed just now, but not as good as the latest model, which I will get into in a second. The design of the taillights is certainly very unique, as with the rear fascia of this car. Open the rear tailgate and you get 458 liters of cargo space, which is a very usable amount, and quite a lot larger than the previous generation model, at least it is on paper. Entering the rear seats of this car, the synthetic leather feels really awesome and there will be a fold down center armrest with 2 cup holders on the center seat. Space at the back is really adequate for both the legroom and headroom. In addition, the rear aircon vents add a nice touch to this car, especially for our tropical climate. Moving to the front seats, the difference in interior design for the 5th generation model and the 6th generation model is really big. This car feels significantly nicer on the interior with aluminum finishes and audio and aircon controls that are really easy to use. The digital display for the climate controls just add a sense of intuitiveness to this car. Moving further down, the gear lever and cup holder areas are really well finished, but let's take a look from the driver's side of this car. Once you get in, you will see the multifunctional steering wheel with 10 and 2 grips and steering wheel mounted controls that are simple to use. The overall build quality up front is awesome and I prefer this car's interior layout over some of its rivals just for its simplistic design. To sum up this car, I think the 6th generation Elantra facelift is a car that is worth your consideration if you are a first time driver, as this car has great fuel economy, plenty of safety features and a roomy interior, but you might want to have a look at the next car first. The last Elantra that I will be filming in this video will be the 7th generation model sold from 2020 till present. This is by far the best looking Elantra of the bunch and I absolutely love the overall exterior design. Unlike the previous 2 models just now, this one is more sharp and angular with more body lines along the side and hood, so let's take a closer look at this car. The front fascia of this car is very sleek with a sharp looking design on the headlights, but the side profile is where the futuristic design continues. Coming standard to the side will be black window surrounds, body coloured mirror caps and door handles, body lines along the side and 16-inch dark silver alloy wheels for the S model, while the higher spec Elite trim gets 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels. I think the rear end of this car is the most gorgeous angle of this car. Everything from the ducktail design on the spoiler to the full width LED tail lights and the simple rear diffuser design makes this one of the best looking compact sedans. Open the rear trunk and you get 474 liters of cargo space, which is bigger than most rivals. Entering the rear seats of this car, room is fairly spacious, legroom is plenty but headroom isn't the best due to the overall sleek looking side profile. Just like the other 3 models, there will be a fold down center armrest with 2 cup holders on the center seat, along with rear aircon vents. Moving to the front cabin of this car, and the obvious design theme is the futuristic design. The way the speaker on the door panel and the design of the door handle just looks so premium. Full width aircon vents make the interior look simple and wide, while the center console adds a modern look to the interior. All of the controls, infotainment system and gear lever looks contemporary. Front seats are really comfortable and the cushioning is really cozy, making the experience up front feel pleasant. Taking a look from the driver's side, the digital driver's display is something that most rivals do not have. The resolution is crisp and sharp. The steering wheel looks modern and it's easy to find a comfortable driving position in this car. Overall interior build quality up front is very good actually. The materials look decently premium and I love the futuristic design. Under the hood of this car, you will find a naturally aspirated dual overhead cam, 1.6 litre 16 valve, 4-cylinder engine that makes 121 brake horsepower and 154 Nm of torque. Packed with front wheel drive and an intelligent variable transmission or IVT, the car accelerates to 100 km/h in 10.4 seconds while achieving 18.5 km per litre. Suspension setup consists of independent McPherson struts up front and coupled torsion beam rear axle out back. All things considered, the 7th generation Elantra is the best model that you can buy if you don't mind spending the extra cash for a newer model. Not that the previous models are bad, but this current model is even more desirable than rivals in my opinion. With that, I'll wrap up this video on the walk around tour of the 3 different generation Hyundai Elantra models. Thanks for watching.